Hey everybody, it's John again with Contract Diagnostics. Another question today. So the question is about an experienced physician. And their question is, how do I negotiate a higher salary that lines up with my experiences and qualifications? They're being offered a salary that just seems low compared to what industry standards are. So first off, how do we define industry standards? So let's make sure that we get really good compensation data in your hands. We have that here at Contract Diagnostics, of course. You can buy it on the open market, but make sure we get specific data. A lot of the information on Medscape or on Doximetry or on just the internet Google machine is not specific. It's not specific to lots. It's not specific to the area, the state maybe, the practice type. It's not specific to the level of production. It might say the average physician generates $300,000, but it doesn't have any idea if you're doing a lot of work or a little bit of work, if you're working full-time or part-time, or of course, as this question says, if you are experienced or not. So feel free to give us a call here at Contract Diagnostics. We can lay out all those factors as far as what your market value would be, including talking to you about your story, because your story does matter. The story of the employer does matter outside of just a number in a compensation report. But once we define what your compensation is, right? What's that standard? What's your fair market value based on your experience and the story? How do you negotiate for higher? Maybe they offer everybody the same. Well, how do you come to them and say, I've got great experience. I'll be able to get up to speed quicker. I think it's an art. Now, to be honest, some facilities just pay everybody the same. So every hospitalist gets $1,650 per shift period. Doesn't matter if you've been working a long time or a little time. Then maybe we can talk about bonuses. Maybe because of your experience, you'll be able to do more production bonuses. And if that's something that they offer, if not, maybe they should think about wrapping that in for everybody in the near future. I do think bringing skill sets like experience to the table is important, but also other skill sets. If you're bilingual, if you've got something in your background that allows you to do an extra type of procedure, I think all that is appropriate to bring up during the interview process and during the negotiation process. But I think it all comes back to asking good questions and due diligence of the employer. So when you get that contract, you look at it and you think, it seems low for industry standards, or it seems low for my experience, or it seems low from what my colleagues and my friends are telling me they're receiving in the market. Well, instead of just going and asking them for more, I'd love to figure out the why behind it. I'd love to ask a lot of questions around where they got the number from. So we give everyone here that we work with a laundry list of questions that we encourage everybody to ask. And it's almost like you're talking to a patient. You don't look at a chart and see that my blood pressure's high and come in and say, John, here's your pill, right? Or not even see me, just write me a pill. You want to hear my story. You want to talk to me about my diet. You want to talk to me about my activity level. You want to talk to me about family history or my prior labs. You want to talk about other things I've already tried and failed to do. And then you'll take the appropriate course of action, which could mean a variety of different ways. So the question is, how do I ask them for more? Well, we need to figure out how we can ask for more to begin with. We need to figure out why they came up with that conclusion for a compensation number in the first place. So asking a lot of questions. How did you come up with compensation? When was the last time you evaluated it for everybody? What happens over time with compensation? When was the last time that everyone looked at it together as a group, if it's a group policy or a plan? Have you ever thought about adding this or taking away that? And I think those are all really good questions to ask as you go to understand where they came up with the program and then seek to negotiate it from there. So it's not an easy question to answer from our end because every story is different. Every hospital or employer is different and every physician's story is unique as well. There also may be other risks to the contract that no amount of compensation could make up for. So make sure you understand the entirety of the contract, not just the dollar amount that they're giving you. But how do you negotiate for more? Based on your experience, I think it's an important consideration. I think it's something that every employer should look at, even though they may not get paid more because of your experience. I think there should be bonuses, there should be opportunity for seasoned physicians to earn more because seasoned physicians, experienced physicians add to the program. They add a level of calmness maybe to the new attendees. They add a level of experience that they can discuss their background and their past history with their new colleagues and how they can get them up to speed quicker. They're likely more efficient. They have a better process for getting their records and everything done. So I do feel that that's more valuable to an employer, and hopefully you all are able to have that conversation with or without our help at Contract Diagnostics. But if we can help, hop on to our website, set up a consult. They're free. They're 15 minutes. If you want us to do a contract review or a compensation analysis, it's super easy to book one on our website. And of course, our educational lectures are a ton of fun as well. So if we can help you with anything, reach out to us here at Contract Diagnostics. And if you have a question, feel free to send it on in.